Life is a marathon, not a sprint. My definition of innovative is providing value to the customer. These are the leadership messages from one of the richest and most powerful women in business today, the CEO and chairperson of General Motors, Mary Barra. Indeed, some good thoughts to ponder upon. Customer experience and customer satisfaction are more important today than they have ever been. And today we shall be talking about that and much more in this episode of the Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories brought to you by ETH. I'm your host Deipti Dewan and we're joined by an industry expert today, and we would love to hear his thoughts and also like him to share with us his professional and personal journey. We'll be talking about his early life, education, grooming and training, business sense, skills augmentation, and work-life balance. Our guest speaker today is Mr. Senthil Nathan.S. Mr. Senthil is General Manager, Information Technology at GRT Dwellers India Private Limited, where he's responsible for leading the transformational digital initiatives. He is a results-oriented professional with an excellent track record and profitable performance in translating the entire gamut of integrated business needs into technology requirements. He also directs and guides on technology strategy, organizational policy design, with a key focus to improve the operational and functional turnaround. He's also responsible for defining, establishing, and providing strategic programs, along with offering the cost-effective IT solutions for the same. In-depth involvement in overseeing world-class IT infrastructure, digital platforms, global voice platform, and security and cloud computing. So, Senthil, a very, very warm welcome to Cutting Chai Stories.
Yeah, thank you, Deipti. Thank you. Good evening.
Very good evening to you, and we are so glad that you have joined us today and you have taken the time out. So we'll begin by talking about the most important years. Arguably for anyone, the foundation years of their life are the most important years. So could you please take us through the early years of your childhood, your school days, and tell us about your family and friends and any instances during this time that have had a major influence on you?
Father, late Srinivasan, is audiometrician, worked for a government general hospital. He is a perfectionist who teaches me sincerity, integrity, value of trustworthiness, more importantly, the value of money as well, to live with what you earn actually. This was my father. And mother, late Miss Savundalai, great housewife. I learned from her the art of perseverance. Sister, late Sundaravadiyu, housewife, mother of two children, left us early 30s. This was my family. I'm married, better off is a homemaker, two wonderful sweet daughters. First daughter, S. Pravina, is completed BTech IT and working for IBM now, and shortly would move to TCS. Second daughter is Miss Preeti, doing 12th standard. She is also budding professional of computer arena. So I am a normal mischievous boy in my school days. We lived in Lloyd's Colony, wherein 96 families lived in an apartment. It is like a gated community. Each block has 24 houses. That means 4 blocks. Center we had a big playground. Ours is AB block, and great actor Vikram alias Kenny lived in the same block in the first floor actually where I lived. This was my wherein I've grown and then studied my school days, and then Kalata High Secondary is my schooling. Ramakrishna Mission I did 10th standard, and then again Kalata High Secondary +2. These are all the schools I studied up to +2. Then I moved into Laila College for my UG, wherein I studied statistics as a main subject. That is how I landed it. It's a story like, I want to avoid chemistry and physics. That is how I landed in statistics. This is the only group wherein we don't have chemistry, physics, and then zoology. Statistics is so much. And then by the time I completed UG, I had a chance to get a seat in PG also. So it's a wonderful experience, where in MSc, I came to know what is possible. it's a magic happened in the sense up to UG I had been a very normal student, and I was scoring around 60 plus. This was the my racing journey.
Hmm.
When I joined MSc, had a very tough experience. Like it's a different experience, and in my first semester, all my papers I scored very low, and I could not get through at all. Then I went back to my parents, my father especially. I told him I don't want to continue. This is how the MSc. My father is really did a wonderful thing. He said, "Yes, I will pay the fees. It's up to you to complete and to come out."
Hmm.
I stood second in the class, and then overall 81% is the score I gained. This part of my life has taught me everything is possible when you want to achieve, and also you put in full efforts as well your perseverance. With all this, you can achieve everything in this world. That's what my learning in this career. That only made me what I am today. This was my short story. It's a span of almost 23 years of journey actually. Here I want to stop, and then maybe Deepti, I'll leave it to you to further.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And you did go down memory lane. I'm sure it must have been a great experience for you talking about that. So, your father's guidance and with your mother's perseverance, you managed to crack that. And then you came out with flying colors and scoring a great 81%. So, great, great achievement there. And you shared that that is what you sort of had a change and influence on you, and you further, moved ahead in your life. So, at Loyola College, you were also an active NSS member, and you participated in a couple of camps which were conducted in villages as a team leader. So, briefly, would you like to share about this experience with our
Yeah,
viewers?
yeah. Right from my school days, I had been an active participant in the scout actually, and this trained me as a leader because when you go as a camp and then you lead, some 10 to 12 people of your schoolmates and college mates, you had a real good leadership. You have to get work done by everybody as well. You have to ensure that the activity is getting completed.
Hmm.
It's a real good experience that molded me. And NSS camp also a similar experience, wherein you have to go along, get along with your college students, and then you have to ensure that whatever work is assigned, as well as a leader, you have to ensure that whatever work assigned is completed. It's a really a wonderful experience in the college actually.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I think this is where your, leadership skills started coming in, and you started building in on that. And thereafter, you went to study business administration from Loyola College again. And then you went to NIT at Chennai, and also you took some training at IBM. Anything you would like to share about these experiences? Any particular learnings that you had here?
My first job is statistical analyst, wherein I joined Sriram Fibers Limited.
Hmm.
It is like a very big competition in terms of we wrote 2 times exams, and then I could clear, and then I got the job at Sriram Fibers Limited, and I joined. After working for 2 years, I joined LIBA as a for the business administration course there. This is a 3-year evening course. It's where I joined in LIBA and then completed. And then I was very actively looking for a change because it's almost 4-5 years, and then I have to move into a computer job. That is how I was looking at the change. This also made me like very actively. I was looking as a computer head, that type of role, wherein I have to compromise and join a smaller company. That is how I started my career. And then as a senior officer ADP, I was heading a department of a size of 11 people. That is how I started my career in computers. Then I went and joined in Savera Hotels as a systems head. This is the third job. Every time when I get a job, I ensure that I am learning the new technologies, and then I am coming up in the professional way. The fourth job is the system manager. Again, it's a biology group of companies. That is where a US opportunity I went in, and then AS 400. That's a thing. No, I was learning. It's at that time it's a mid-range. There's IBM range computers, where I learned a lot of software like RPG, CLP, all those things. I learned, and then I was looking for a using the entire technology in the computer arena. That's when I joined Kevin Care, and then we started the journey in the current. It's almost 23 years I worked for Kevin Care, wherein a lot of learning opportunities, and it was the great journey, in fact.
Absolutely. Any particular incidents that you remember in all these years throughout your journey that really stood out for you or taught you some great life lessons, or any successful moment that you really cherish?
Yeah. Normally we call it as a work-life balance. If you ask me, there is no work-life balance. I was always taking care of work. Balance, life balance is happening with my missus. Whether it's a school education, whether it is my daughter's, any additional extracurricular activities, all these things has been taken care by my missus. I'm really had a very, lucky in that sense, because I was focusing on only my career. All these days, my missus has been taking care of all these things. That really a great support. When you look back, you will understand, because daughter is already into a professional life, and the second daughter also is getting ready. Without my any support, they could travel a very long way, and this is really most of them don't get this type of support from the family. This I really remember and cherish. This is first thing. Second thing is my role model. If you ask me, my managing director C.K. Ranganathan is my role model. He has been like everything he has been pushing, and he made me what I am today. Okay, when you learn to fly around 1,000 feet, your 200 feet flying becomes very easier. Like every time when he pushes, you take it in a positive sense, and then you fly. Which I really cherish, which I learned and pushed my family. I made my family independent, and now I can confidently say that they can manage on their own. That is the normal. My managing director says is like you should teach the fishing, not the catch the fish and give it to them. And then they are becoming dependent on you. This is the one thing which I ensured. He has made me to understand life and enjoy work. He made me to come out of the illusion that I am supporting the team. That is, even with the team also, we should guide them and facilitate, not making them. It's like a butterfly, in different stages. When you break it and support, it always remains as a it doesn't come out with flying colors. It will be remaining as a worm. Hardworking, I learned from him. The team management skills also I learned from him. Determination to reach target on time. That is also a really, I had cherished in all my career. Any project, anything which I give a commitment, I give entire life to the project, and also achieving on time is my strong thing. I always open to tell the truth with the ground realities. That has only made me what I am today. So he had given so much space to talk professionally and live professionally in his organization. It strongly differentiated what is liking and what is professionally good. That's what great things which I remembered from the professional career.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I think a few qualities of yours, sir, they really stand out in this. One being that you're really, really grateful for the people who have supported in you in your career, especially your family, and the fact that you mentioned them, and mentioned the fact that you could focus on your work because of that support from your family. And also you spoke about your role model and all the things that you learned there. So thank you so much for sharing all that with our viewers. So we'll move to a more business and leadership perspective. You've had a very long and eventful journey. So Would you like to share with our viewers how you lead your team? What is your leadership style like? And where did you pick up these skills of leading a team and running it successfully?
Yeah, I always believe you are spending your best part of your life in office. Today I go to office at 9 o'clock too, and then you stay entire daytime, and then you return by 6:30 or 7. This is what no routine. Anybody who is going to office this what. Now, due to COVID, this has changed little differently for positives as well negatives. Pros and cons are there in both the things. Now, in the earlier model, that is work from office, if you see the entire best part of it, you are spending in the office. So your responsibility, I think, making the environment is much, conducive. That means, anybody who is coming to you, they should come happily, and then they should be have a respect in the whatever the relationship or whatever discussions are happening. There is I think everyone is responsible for the creating a better environment. This I have ensured in my team. In the last company at Kevin Care, if you ask me at a senior level, around like eight people have been reporting to me. All people has been with me entire year of service. One person has associated with me all 23 years. A couple of people associated with me all 10 years. After me leaving only, they will be separating. That means, so first point is you have to make the environment very conducive for working. That doesn't mean that always you focus on work, because everyone has a two-part to it. One is their personal and another one is the professional. As a leader, you have to give some time for their personal life also. It's not that provoking or entering into or being, that is not the case. You have to understand them, and then you have to understand their sufferings, and then so in the entire culture, what happens now? If you come to know some personal problems from others people, they'll make it as a laughing stuff in the front of the many people. This is what normal situation. This 100% you should refrain from doing that. Actually, they are sharing just because they want some comfort. So that you have to keep it with you, and then you have to support if possible. Otherwise, at least keep quiet and then allow them to settle. This is one thing. Entire team believe me, and then they share entire whatever things they want to get comfort, advices, all those things they take from me. This is the first leadership style which attracted my team. This is one. Second thing is focus on the work. Whenever you are giving some work, you have to understand the work content, and also you should know whether this person is capable of completing it or any hurdles he face. Giving a reasonable time also is very important. In a work, if it takes some 7-8 hours, you have to give some 9 to 10 hours. This is what my estimation. So for that, you should know the work content. This is the second thing which I really appreciated. If you ask me, in the current organization, we do a lot of web related development. We asked me last say 9 to 10 months, I've done some 13 courses related to that. Only if you know the content and the skill set, what is the exactly, you can really support the people and demand the people, and then you know what would be the reasonable demand. This is what I strongly believe. That is soiling your hand before asking somebody to soil their hand. This is what I strongly believe. This also is supported in many ways. It's not, see, whenever you get into your team meetings or anything, you should also ensure that you're adding value to the team. That is a real important. Trust and transparency, these are all the non-negotiable things. High integrity, this is also a non-negotiable thing. These are all things which my team really liked, and they sustained working along with me. Even with the current, the company with GRT also, I'm good at establishing it. As well, they believe also strongly I can take them to next level.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that, sir. You spoke about how you create a conducive environment for your team, for them to be able to enjoy their work, and also you being empathetic as a leader is very helpful, especially after COVID. I think it's great to have that empathy for your team and understand where they're coming from. And of course, you spoke about your skills also. In 9 months, you mentioned you have done 13 courses. You have kept learning new things, so which is a great thing. After having so many years of experience, you still are open to learning. So I think
Yeah.
that those are some great key takeaways for all our viewers who look up to you. So just taking on from there, I would like to ask you, sir, how do you keep upgrading your skill set, and how do you keep looking into where you need to upgrade, and what are the kind of skills that you need to take on? So what is your process out there?
Yeah. See, when I was working with my earlier organization, Kevin Care, I was focusing on the ERP, SAP, wherein we were doing a lot of work in and around SAP. And also, there are no established softwares for no dealer management system. All those things are available. And also, we are establishing a digital team, wherein RPA we were establishing, and IoT we were establishing a team. AI also we are establishing a team. It's like, no, you are, as I said earlier, you have to understand what is the nuances and nitty-gritties, so that no, you will understand and you will also guide them properly, which are all possibilities, no, which you have to do. For that, definitely you have to do the lot of learning and groundwork you have to do. That I am ready to do, and I have done in the past also. When I joined the current organization, I found the JRD Jewelers, I found definitely a web technologies related. It's a full stack developer, similar profile. Definitely, its handling is required. At that point in time, I decided like, no, these are all the things going to support, like your Angular or React or jQuery, all those things, similar technologies you have to understand and how it works. See, one point which I want to strongly tell you is I'm not going to do the work. When you want to extract the work, you should also understand the nuances. That's where I'm coming to. It's not I am going to develop the program. That is not the thing I am telling or advocating. That is not the thing. Second point is when I understand this, you have to do the extra work. That only comes with the learning attitude. I'll tell you, today, every 1.5 year or 2 year, if you don't learn anything new, your mind becomes sedate, and also that doesn't give you energy to go for a long run. It again, okay, I've become old, I cannot read. This type of things, it's only a mind set actually. If you start developing this skill of learning new things every 1.5 or 2 years, your life itself becomes very happy. Like your life is happiness is not the situation. That means happiness is the attitude. Like anything and everything. How do you face it? How do you make it happen? And how do you take it to next level? This only makes you to enjoy the work or enjoy the life or enjoy everything. That is how I look at it actually. That means first point, learning attitude. Second point, listening skills. Like when you want to learn, you have to give a lot of listening to people. Today I'm learning technology on Angular and React. When somebody developer comes and explains, I should have the mind space to understand and listen to them actually. If you don't give that space, you cannot learn and you cannot co-create with them. Yeah, this is what I personally feel like. One should exercise, not in computer field alone. Every field this is required.
Well, constant learning, that leads to great mastery. Thank you so much for sharing that, sir. And on a lighter note, sir, we would like to know about your hobbies and interests, and how do you keep
Yeah,
a work-life balance?
yeah. See, last 5 to 6 years, I had been playing snooker, billiards, carom, all the table tennis, all those lighter things. Up to 55 years, I was playing cricket, and I had been actively playing in the ground also, up to 55 years. After that, physically, you have to definitely keep fit for that. But then I went in lighter games in terms of snooker, And daily at least a couple of hours, I play snookers and carom as well, table tennis. This is how, the hobbies of, apart from reading technical books or reading interpersonal books, all those things, my hobbies like. And definitely, as a part of my career, meeting people, definitely I like. And also advising to people, I really like. And also, it's a relevant subject. Only if they are listening, then I'll advise. Otherwise, no, I would also have a different ways of handling that.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Since you like giving advice and guidance to people, what would you like to tell our viewers who would want to follow your path, who are looking up to you? Any message that you would like to give to them?
Yeah, one message as a senior, I want to really give. See, life is all about how do you move on with people. It's not a goal-based life. It's a journey. You meet the different people. How do you add value to them? All those things matter. It's not that how much I've grown or how much I'm learning. That's not life. Life is you have to take along with you people and cherish your memories. That is how I look at it actually. This is the thing I want to leave with the viewers.
What a great thought. Thank you for sharing that, sir. And finally, again, on a lighter note, could you tell us something, the best thing rather, about Chennai? I believe you're based in Chennai. So, what is the best thing about Chennai?
Yeah, I had been worked in Sulurpet in Andhra for a period of 3.5 years. And then I had been at US for almost 7 to 8 months. This was outside Chennai state. One thing I really advise people is like we are working for the family, and day end you have to return to your house wherever you stay, whether it's Chennai, Bangalore, or anything. Your family should be there. That is the one thing which will make you to work with meaningfully. That's what I believe. Chennai is a great place to work and live since I stayed here. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for letting us into your journey and for sharing with us such valuable insights and lessons with us. I'm so very positive that our viewers have really enjoyed this candid chat with you. So thank you so much for joining ET Cutting Chai Stories.
Yeah. Thank you, Deipti. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Senthil Nathan.S, General Manager, GRT Dwellers India Private Limited. We hope that you've enjoyed this conversation and had some great takeaways from this chat. We'll bring you many more such enriching and engaging conversations. Keep watching the Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories.